Hi everyone, I recently saw a brand new product release that looked like it was going to be extremely similar to the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base, which is a cult classic. So many people buy this, use it on a daily basis. It's a moisturizer, it's a primer, it's multi-purpose, it hydrates, it nourishes, it's really lightweight on the skin, it's very calming on the skin, and it smooths the surface of the skin, making it perfect for makeup application. This stuff is pricey, so is this affordable alternative a dupe or is it not? And you all know that I don't like throwing that term around. It has to hit certain similarity markers for it to be a true dupe in my eyes. So we are going to test that out today. I'm going to be applying both of these products. We're going to be looking at them, discussing price, ingredients, packaging, consistency, the weight of the product, and how it feels on the skin. I'm not convinced, but we're going to test it out today. So the affordable alternative, and we may or may not be calling this a dupe by the end of this video, this is the Revolution Super Base Vitamin Base Primer. Let's get on with it. So if you're new here, hi, my name's Gemma. I upload new content on YouTube every single week. I would love it if at some point in this video you are finding it helpful. Please consider coming and joining the Pampered Wolf Pack by clicking on that like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. So let's talk about the screamingly obvious difference between both of these products before we do a deep dive into the rest of the stuff. Let's talk price. So the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base is £50 and you get 50 mils worth of product. There are other options, so you can get a smaller one which is less value for money and a larger one which is slightly better value for money but still super expensive. So this is pretty much £1 per mil of product or £10 for 10 mils. Whereas the Revolution Super Base is £10 and you get 25 mils of product. So if we were going to make them like for like, if we were going to make the Super Base 50 mils, it will be £20 for the Super Base and £50 for the Bobbi Brown. Under half price. That's pretty decent. Another major difference is that Revolution is cruelty-free, whereas Bobbi Brown is not. So let's take a quick look at the packaging. Both of them are in glass containers. Both of them have a plastic black lid. It's pretty obvious that the Bobbi Brown product is a more luxurious product. The black lid does have that Bobbi Brown emblem embossed in the lid, which I think is incredibly classy. But when push comes to shove, it's not all about the packaging, and I do think that Revolution have done an incredible job with their packaging. I do think it looks really beautiful. So let's see what these look like on my skin, and while I'm applying them, I'll talk you through the ingredients, similarities and differences. I'm going to be applying the Bobbi Brown on the left-hand side of my face, which is the right-hand side of your screen, and the Revolution Super Base on the right-hand side of my face, which is the left-hand side of your screen. So both of the products feature vitamin E, vitamin B, and vitamin C within the formulas, but the ingredients are slightly different. So both of the formulas feature tocopherol acetate, which is vitamin E, so exactly the same there, but the Bobbi Brown formula contains panthenol, which is vitamin B5, whereas the Revolution contains niacinamide, which is vitamin B3. Now these ingredients, although are completely different and work in different ways, do similar things for the skin, so you shouldn't be too worried about those differing ingredients. They both look after the skin barrier incredibly well and help it to repair. You've also got magnesium ascorbyl phosphate as the vitamin C ingredient within the Bobbi Brown product and sodium ascorbyl phosphate as the vitamin C ingredient in the Revolution product. Both of these also work in similar ways and do a very similar thing. For hydration, both of the products feature sodium hyaluronate. Self-explanatory, we all know what that does, but the Bobbi Brown product also features squalane, which is a very skin-like ingredient, really hydrating, very nourishing, and the Revolution product features glycerin, which is an unsung hero in my eyes. I just think it is superb. One of the main ingredients in both of the products is shea butter, incredibly nourishing. It's a great emollient. It really seals hydration within the skin, and both of them are also alcohol free. However, a huge difference is the fragrance. The Bobbi Brown product is full of fragrance and essential oils, whereas the Revolution product, no fragrance, no essential oils in the formula at all. So you could see from the bit of footage that I've just shown you of me applying both of these to my skin that the overall look is identical. Both sides of my face, regardless of which product I've applied, look the same. And that's just a fact. You would not be able to pick out which side was Bobbi Brown and which side was Revolution. Or at least I don't think you could. I know I couldn't. But let's look at consistency for a second, because there's definitely a difference in consistency. The Revolution product is much stiffer and thicker in consistency, and the Bobbi Brown, which is the one on the right, is much creamier and looser in consistency. Incredibly emollient still, but slightly creamier in texture. However, I will say this, as soon as the Revolution hits the skin and you start working it into the skin, it does not take much effort. In fact, I think the Revolution product sinks into the skin better and just takes less time to actually get to where you want it to be than the Bobbi Brown, which I think sits on the surface for a little bit longer before it's absorbed. So even though the consistency of the Revolution product is slightly stiffer, I still think it feels incredibly lightweight on the skin, and once again, side by side, I couldn't feel a difference in the weight once these were applied. The feeling I got from both of these was also incredibly similar. So when I was applying these and straight after application, they felt incredibly cooling and really calming on the skin. So both of them, again, tick tick, did the same. So if you're applying these as a primer, you want them to smooth out the skin, and they definitely do that. They also make it a beautiful canvas for your makeup, and your makeup glides on beautifully over the top. But for me, a primer should also keep my makeup looking smooth for a long period of time and increase the longevity of my makeup. So let's see if it has, because I've had these on now for a considerable amount of time and I have the same makeup on both sides of my face. So just to remind you, this side of my face has the Bobbi Brown Enriched Face Base and this side of my face has the Revolution Super Base. So can you spot a difference? I've had this on now for around about 5 or 6 hours. And I don't think I can tell, but I'll let you be the judge. So in conclusion, I really like both of these and I don't think there's enough of a difference. Even though there are differences there in the ingredients and the texture, I don't think the difference is big enough to warrant spending the money on this and not giving this one a go, because this is a really beautiful product and does not feel like it cost £10. Most definitely not. However, if you are one of those people that really likes that luxury, if you like the packaging, if you like a scented moisturizer and a primer, this is definitely going to be the one for you because this is unscented. This one smells like bug spray to me, and I don't mean that in a nasty way. I know that will put a lot of people off, but it does have a lot of limonene in here, and I really like that. It's lemony, it's zesty, but again, it does smell like bug spray. I personally like the smell of bug spray, but you may not. It is a very lemony fragrance. And it does linger. So if you do not like fragrance, this is definitely not one for you. And I would definitely go for the Revolution Super Base. I keep forgetting the name of this. Super Base, Super Base, Super Base. So I hope you've really enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you've thought about it in the comment section. If you have found it helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.